to HCS Connects. I'm Kelly Worrell with Hampton City Schools. It's hard to believe we are closing in at the end of another great academic school year. And today I have two special ladies with me, Rahwa Yehdego and Alexandra Luchtenberg from Bethel High School. So welcome, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And we have you here today because you're kind of finishing your academic career as well. Finishing your career, not just the end of the year for you, as you're getting ready to graduate. And you are the valedictorian, the salutatorian of the class of Bethel High School, which is a huge accomplishment. So Rahwa, let's start with you. As valedictorian of your class, yes. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Have you been with Hampton City Schools your entire academic career?
For the majority of my academic career, I moved here when I was about 6, so the majority of schooling was here in Hampton. Yes.
Which schools did you attend?
I lived near Burbank, so I went there for elementary school. Then I transferred into Mary Peak for a year, which then turned into Spratly. And then following Spratly, I went to Bethel.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. So how about you, Alex?
Hampton, born and raised. I went to Tucker Caps and then Mary Peak, Spratly, and Bethel. You'll find that we spent a lot of time growing up together.
So you all have known each other for quite a while?
Quite a while. Since 4th grade.
Yes. 4th grade.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you've been in a lot of classes together?
Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about your academic careers, because I'm sure you have a lot of the same classes, but some different classes as well. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Rahwa?
Taking a lot of AP classes and dual enrollment coursework. So since we both go to governor's school, we take those classes there. So advanced biological analysis, advanced chemical analysis, and then we take our research class there, which is how we do our mentorships outside of Gov School. We've taken AP Biology, AP Physics, AP English.
AP History.
Yeah. So most of the time we've had a lot of classes together, especially the last 2 years. So.
Yeah, but we've gotten to do 2 different research opportunities. She does cancer research and I've been doing Alzheimer's disease research.
Oh wow, well tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we both actually have internships at Hampton University in labs. I'm in the Frank Fountain Research Center. You're a little bit down the street for me.
Yeah.
But we get to work under working professors and do actual research in labs, and it's really been a great experience for us, and it's all because that we go to the governor's school, that we got these amazing opportunities.
So what is this cancer research? What does that entail?
Oh, well, so I'm doing that,
cancer.
yeah. So I'm just working with cancer stem cells, and then I treat them with various chemotherapy treatments and just see how they respond to those treatments, and then pre-treating them with other things. And then she's working on Alzheimer's research, so.
Yeah, I basically look at different conformations or structures of proteins involved in Alzheimer's disease and how they change based on the environments that they're in.
So it's not your typical old-style high school. That is for sure.
Definitely. Hampton has given us a lot of opportunities that we wouldn't have gotten anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. What do your parents think? Because I'm sure those are the type of classes that your parents took when they went through high school.
Well, my dad's a chemistry professor, so he's a science nerd, so he definitely pushed that science can be a good field, and he definitely inspired me being interested in science, so that definitely helped. But he likes that I have these opportunities at such a young age. You wouldn't get that in most places, so.
Wow.
My sister actually did governor's school as well, but she did engineering, so she worked on planes when she had her mentorship, so it's a bit different, but at the same time I think they got a little prep for me.
So obviously academics is a huge piece of both of your lives.
Definitely.
How about extracurricular or any type of community service?
Well, we're both in the marching band, so she's drum major and I'm woodwind captain, and I was section leader before that. And so I think we would both agree that was one of the most influential activities we did outside of school, so that was definitely important. I'm also in Girl Scouts. I've been in Girl Scouts since about 5th grade, so that kind of gives me that volunteer and community aspect. I also do Model UN. We do that together, Scholastic Bowl team.
We do that together.
Yeah, so the list goes on.
You got lots of great things together.
Oh yeah. Along with the things I do with her, I'm also an aerial dancer, which is kind of like Cirque du Soleil type stuff.
Oh, cool.
I also do drill team outside of school. We did national championships a couple years ago, and that was an amazing opportunity. Getting to be a co-commander on that team has really been for one of the better experiences I've had, because I've been with them since 4th grade, so they've been a huge part of my life.
Oh wow. So getting ready to graduate.
Oh yes.
Move on to this next journey, just a piece of your path. What schools were you looking at for next year? Where were you accepted?
I was accepted to Dartmouth, Columbia, Brown, Harvard, and Georgetown, and American University, yes.
And so where are you going in the fall?
Harvard.
You're going to Harvard.
Yeah.
So what made you, well, I mean, Harvard. I hate to even say what made you choose Harvard because wow, but really what made you choose Harvard? Because those are all great schools.
Oh, it was really just visiting. Beforehand, I was Georgetown all the way, and then like when I got my acceptances, I was thinking Columbia, but after visiting all the campuses, I just realized that Harvard had the right everything for me, and it was just where I wanted to be next year.
So have you decided what your major is going to be?
I'm going to major in government, really focusing on international relations.
Very cool. All right, Rahwa, what about you? Where were you looking forward to as far as next year? Where were you accepted?
UVA, William & Mary, Virginia Tech, Hampton University, Johns Hopkins, and Northwestern. And so I decided to go to Johns Hopkins. That was ultimately what I decided on. Since I want to go into the medical field, I mean, their pre-med program is amazing. They're known for like, you know, the pre-med powerhouse is what they like to call it. And Baltimore, I visited. It was my first time in Baltimore when I went to see the campus. And it's just a great location. And I really liked just how everybody that I approached on campus was just so like positive when talking about the school. So,
Do you plan on pursuing music still, either of you?
I think that I'd like to participate in music, probably not like marching. Well, they don't have a marching band, so I can't do that. But you know, to some degree, I'd like to do it, but it probably won't be to the extent that I devoted the time in high school.
Yeah, I think basically the same for me. Maybe I was thinking about doing pep band in college, but my real passion is history and government, and I know that hers is biology and really getting to serve people. So I think that it's going to be taking a new direction when we go into college.
You plan on keeping in touch with each other?
Oh,
Definitely.
Of course.
It's my best friend. I can't go without her.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, there's so many easy ways to keep up with each other now as far as the social media aspect and so forth, and the cell phones. That
Definitely helps.
So thinking back through, you've had 4 years at Bethel. What do you think has been, and you've said, you know, marching band's been a huge piece, but besides marching band, what would be something else that would really stick in your mind as a fond memory?
I think like one of the biggest things that I really enjoyed was just in each class we get like so many different types of people in each class, and I think that one of the nice things about like Bethel is that you meet so many different people, so I think it was just the exposure to such a diverse like student body. That was good.
That was also huge for me, but I think my best memory actually happened a couple months ago. My English teacher gave me the opportunity to host a town hall on school security and gun safety, and that was just an amazing opportunity to actually do something that meant something to like people, and it was relevant. I just think it was a great opportunity for me.
Well, and you did an excellent job with that because I was one of the audience members. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I had the opportunity to hear and see you in front of a large crowd, which were your peers as well as adults, and you did a very nice job.
Thank you.
Doing that piece. So also, what about the summer? Any plans for the summer before you head off?
Well, I'm going to be working a little bit at Governor's School. They do a summer camp for like younger kids in elementary and middle school, so I'll be working there as a counselor. I did it last year, and I wasn't sure about doing it this year, but the kids kind of convinced me to come back. And then after that, I'd like to do some traveling. We'll see about that. But other than that, I kind of have a little bit of downtime just to get to enjoy like the last bit of break before college starts.
I was going to say, have you had any downtime yet in the last No downtime.
Yeah.
So where would you like to travel to?
Well, my parents are from Eritrea, which is a small country in East Africa, and I've never personally been back, so I was hoping that like I would be able to make a trip this summer before I start college, but we'll see if that happens.
Well, that's really neat.
Yeah.
So how about you, Alex? What about the summer?
Basically the reverse of what she's doing. So I'm going to start off traveling, and then I'm going to be working at a summer camp for my drill team.
For your drill team?
Yeah.
Where are you traveling to?
I will be in Portugal and Morocco.
Wow, very nice. So you've got some exciting things coming up besides just graduation.
Yes.
So if you could, now you know you're leaving your mark, obviously. So if you had one thing that you wanted to tell your rising class underclassmen, what would that be? What do you think? What is your one piece of advice?
Just to live life genuinely. You can't go around just trying to please everybody, and that's not going to help you in the future. So just live life boldly. Do whatever it is you want to do in life, and just do it with all of your heart.
Very cool. How about you, Rahwa? What would you say to those that are going to be at Bethel next year?
I'd say just like find like your motivation like from yourself. You know, if you're relying on other people to tell you this is what you should do or this is what you should be going to, you're not going to be passionate about it. So it kind of ties into what she said. So just find that self-motivation, and that's really what's going to get you through the next 4 years.
And with your past 4 years, one teacher you would want to thank?
Ooh, I would definitely thank Miss Turner. She was my first chemistry teacher. I had her sophomore year, and chemistry has just been a passion of mine, but she really was the person kind of like solidified that for me, and one of the like classes I enjoyed the most throughout high school, for sure, hands down.
How about you, Alex? One teacher, if you had to say thank you.
Probably Miss Redding, and that was the teacher that sponsored the town hall for me, and she has just inspired me to like do some introspection and just realize what I want to do. And she wrote my recommendation letter for college. She's just been a huge part of my life this year, and I can't thank her enough.
No. Well, thank you both for coming today, and I wish you the best of luck. It sounds like you've got many exciting things to look forward to that will be coming quickly this summer and next fall, and I'm sure both of you will do wonderful as you have for the last 4 years as well. So congratulations.
Thank
you.
Thank you for joining us on HCS Connects. Until the next time, stay connected with us through our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, as well as our division's website and our HCS TV station. Thanks and have a great day.